So my name is Sean Redfield. My family and I have been coming to Bethany for quite a while. My father attends here, and I guess it's because of him that I came to Bethany to check it out, and we've been family here ever since. So I think how I got called into missions was, it wasn't very intentional, right? I was coaching AFC soccer, and a friend of mine was just asked if I ever thought about maybe going on a trip, and he had asked me if I'd like to go along in the one coming up, and I said, sure, I have the time, I have the resources. I didn't quite know what to expect. I was going to follow his lead, and that's kind of how the whole thing started. So where we go is the Jamaican Christian School for the Deaf, also known as JCSD. In Jamaica, deaf people are marginalized and not necessarily very well taken care of. They're kind of looked at as outcasts in society, looked at non-contributors to family structures, and oftentimes they can be orphaned, or they can be in abusive households, things like that, or just living in very unsanitary living conditions. So the Jamaican Christian School for the Deaf was founded in 1985 by an amazing woman named Marcia Reed, who started to take these kids in and focus on giving them, number one, a place to live, number two, 3 meals a day, and number 3, an education, kindergarten through 12th grade education, to make them aware of their self-worth, to give them self-confidence, and ultimately to make them contributors in society, right, by eventually becoming independent and getting, holding jobs in society. So JCSD kids are absolutely amazing. It's one of those things where you go there to serve them, and they end up doing more for you than you do for them. I see kids at the school that have a lot of hurt in their life. Not all of them, but most of them come from difficult home situations. Most of them stay at the school all week long. Some even stay permanently. But through the hurt, you also see the huge hearts and the need for somebody to love them. So it's a big draw for us to be able to go there each year and not just work on projects, but to share that unconditional love of Christ with these kids. And they just soak it up. One of the things we always pray for is rain. When we get there, it is the dry season. We go there in the dry season, so we make sure we have good working conditions. But this past year, while we were there, as we were praying that morning for rain, we drove up the mountain to the school. We would get our tools out to start our day of work, and skies are beautiful and clear and blue. And wouldn't you bet, within 45 minutes, they had a dry season rainstorm that essentially lasted half the day and filled up all the cisterns. It was like a miracle happened at that time of year. The financial burden that lifted from the school, from that half day worth of rain, was amazing. So that was really neat. Power of prayer, for sure. When you talk about Jamaica, like I said, it's truly the land of the have and the have-nots. And I remember when I was a child, early teenager, my family took a vacation to Jamaica, and we stayed at Sandals Resort, and it was beautiful. It was all-inclusive. Get meals whenever I wanted. I could pick whatever swimming pool I wanted to swim in for the day. I had my choice of 3, right? Pick what restaurant I wanted to eat at for the evening. But one thing that always stuck out for me that I always remembered when I was a kid and we went there was on the beach, they had walls on either side of the resort that went right into the ocean. And it was the oddest thing, right? And I remember the hotel staff saying, don't ever go on the other side of the wall. Don't ever swim to the other side of the wall. Matter of fact, don't even approach the wall because there's people on the other side that may not be nice, or they might try to sell you things. They might try to steal things from you because it's not safe. And 35 years later, I never thought that God would have me on the other side of that wall back in Jamaica. So it's pretty cool.